Today, I'm going to be making some grilled cheese sandwiches, and I'm also going to be trying out some grilled cheese gadgets. Some of these gadgets are specific to grilled cheese sandwiches, while others can be used for grilled cheeses or other things. And we all know that a grilled cheese is fairly easy to make in a skillet, but there are other ways to make them. So these gadgets that I'm going to try today may make it a little easier, they may make it a little more difficult, I don't know yet, but we're going to see. To start off, I have the basic ingredients of grilled cheese sandwiches. I do have a couple different kinds of sliced cheese. I have sliced mild cheddar cheese, and I also have some sliced pepper jack cheese. And in addition to the sliced cheese, I also have some shredded cheddar cheese. And I know some people like to use shredded cheese rather than sliced cheese. One thing that I do not have here is American cheese. And for those of you that love American cheese, that's great, but American cheese is something that I really just don't care for. So let's start making some grilled cheese sandwiches. First, I have one of these clamshell sandwich machines. And if you're old enough to remember, I believe it was called the Snack Master back maybe in the 80s, possibly the early 90s. Was really popular. We actually had one when I was a kid and it worked really well. Nowadays, there's a lot of different models to choose from. Most of them look very similar, so I just chose this one. And these little sandwich makers are versatile tools. You can do a lot with these. So let's open this up and have a look. Perfect size to make grilled cheese and a whole lot more. The only real drawback I find of these small sandwich makers is if they don't have removable plates. And this one doesn't. And I always wash anything that you see me use before I use it. Mainly because I don't want to waste the food that I'm going to cook, especially when I have a hungry 17-year-old. And I'm always worried that water is going to get somewhere in here where it's not supposed to, because it does say to not submerge it in water. But I did do my best to dry it off, and hopefully I don't get electrocuted. The instructions said to place a small amount of vegetable oil on the grill plates prior to using. So I'm just going to spray it with some nonstick spray. Now that that's done, let's make some grilled cheese sandwiches. I'm going to make one grilled cheese sandwich using the sliced cheddar cheese, and I'm going to make one using the shredded cheddar cheese. I've got 2 slices of the cheddar right here. Put that on. Alright, so yeah, this is working pretty good. Sometimes there's a fine line between softening the butter and actually melting it too much. Alright, I'll place this one right here. And for the grilled cheese that I'm going to use the shredded cheddar on, I'll go ahead and butter my bread first. That way I don't have the cheese falling all over the place. Alright, I'll set one piece in, put a good amount of cheese in there, and sit my other bread on. Alright, time to see how this thing does on grilled cheese sandwiches. Shut the lid and kind of tight there. Lock it down. There's no on-off switch, so I'll just plug it in. And I do realize that I probably should have let this preheat, but let's just see how it works this way. There's no cooking guide in the owner's manual, so I'm gonna have to just play this by ear, but it's been about 4 minutes, so let's check it out and see what it looks like. The bread's actually pretty crispy, the cheese is overflowing, so I think these are about done. Ooh, getting dripping cheese everywhere. So here's a good look at the grilled cheese sandwiches that came from the sandwich maker, and it only took about 4 minutes for them to get done. The bread is toasty. Cheese is very melty. And let's have a look at this one. This one's actually stuck together a little bit more. But there you go. And so far it looks like the sandwich maker is a good option to make grilled cheese. Not to mention all the other things that you can cook in it. Next, I found some reusable toaster bags. It says they make a perfect toasted sandwich, no fuss, no mess, a toasty mess-free snack in just a few minutes. On the back it says you can use toaster bags to make all kinds of toasted sandwiches or to heat up pastries, pizza slices, chicken nuggets, and more. So this is another one of the things that is not just for grilled cheese, it can be used for other things. I've never used these, so I'm not very familiar with them, so let's try these out. And this is also a 4-pack of these bags. I'm not sure I'm going to wash these and reuse them, but it says that you can. So for the toaster bags, I'll be using my disgustingly filthy toaster, which I wonder how it became so disgustingly filthy when we really never use it. And since there's 2 toaster slots, I'll be making 2 grilled cheese. For the first one, I'm going to be using some pepper jack cheese, and for the second one, I'll be using my shredded cheddar. I'll butter my bread, and there's absolutely no way to do this without getting butter all over my hands. I'm going to try to keep it off of the outside of the bag so hopefully it doesn't burn or anything. And notice I said try to keep it off. Can't make any promises with this thing. But I see my best efforts have not really worked out. Alright, there's one. And that's not really fitting that good. I'm going to have to work on that in a second. With the sandwich machine, using the shredded cheddar wasn't really a big deal. I'm not quite so sure about doing it like this. But hey, I'm up for anything, so I'll give it a try. I was hoping I could keep this bag open and kind of lay it here, but it does not want to stay open, so. Alright, put my cheese on. Yeah, let me throw a little more. There we go. Maybe if I lay the bag flat, I'll have a little better luck getting this in without all the cheese falling out, which is already happening, by the way. And I realize that most people probably wouldn't do this, but you know, when I try out these things, I just want to see. Just like the fact that I didn't let the snack machine heat up, and it still worked just fine. Tell you, the only person that's going to appreciate this mess I'm making is the dogs, so they can get some of that cheese that's fell on the floor. Alright, I do see some cheese already falling out the bag, but, you know, like I said, let's give this a shot. Alright, let's see if this one fits in there a little better. It's kind of tight. Just got to force it in a little bit. The instructions say about 3 minutes, and of course there is the setting on my toaster, but I'm not sure what the setting corresponds to in minutes. So I'm just going to time it for about 3 minutes, and if it pops up beforehand, I'll just put it back down. Alright, here we go. Just have to help these along a little bit. And I'm going to start my timer for 3 minutes. While that's cooking, I'm going to clean up some of this mess. Alright, so it's been 2 minutes and 42 seconds, and the toaster tried to pop up. And it couldn't because of the thickness of the bags and the sandwiches. So let's have a look. I can tell you right now, the one with the shredded cheese is not doing so well. The other one actually looks done. So let me pull these out. It says to let them cool before you take them out, but they're not too hot right here. I moved my disgustingly filthy toaster out of the way. And let's have a look at these sandwiches. So here's the one with the shredded cheddar cheese. And, you know, with this, gravity was your enemy. Not as much fell out as I thought, but kind of pulled up here more towards the bottom of the sandwich, not so much at the top. And it didn't quite get melted all the way in the middle. Again, my fault because I didn't leave it for the full amount of time that it recommended, and also it didn't get very toasty here on the top. Again, I'm not really surprised or shocked by this. I didn't think that using the shredded cheddar cheese on this was going to work very well anyway. So next we'll check out the grilled cheese using the pepper jack cheese. Ooh. And again, even though it was not shredded, it tended to run down to the bottom of the sandwich. And so there's actually enough at the top, but still a lot of it did run to the bottom. This bread did get a little toastier on one side. Let me check this side. Oh yeah. See, one side did get toastier than the other. So I gotta say, at this point, the bags are not something that I'm probably ever going to use again. And although these bags didn't really work out well for my grilled cheese sandwiches, they may work out perfectly well for something else. Next, I'm going to be trying out the grilled cheese basket, and you use this either over an open fire or on the grill. For my grilled cheese basket, I'm going to be doing the same thing of using one sandwich with the sliced cheddar and one sandwich with the pepper jack cheese. And I'll freely admit that I did not do a very good job distributing the charcoal evenly in my high-performance, state-of-the-art tabletop grill. And that's likely going to be a problem with getting the two grilled cheese sandwiches to heat evenly. But you can see that the butter is melting off of the sandwiches and it's causing some flare-ups, and I'm kind of worried that they may burn. So I'm going to be moving the basket around a good bit, trying to get the sandwiches as evenly done as possible. And you can see that, You know, parts of them are done, parts of them are not. So I'm just kind of making the best of it. And I'm sure that this would probably work a little bit better on a gas grill. The grilled cheese sandwiches look pretty good. They got some unique little squares that it made here on the bread. You can see that the pepper jack cheese sandwich has melted all the way through. And even though I had to move them around a lot, they did get fairly evenly done. The cheddar grilled cheese sandwich, again, melted all the way through, and it's looking pretty good. So as an overall, I think that the grill basket does work okay. Next and finally, I'm going to be trying out the Nostalgia grilled cheese sandwich toaster. And this is the one that I'm most excited about. And it's really just a grilled cheese specific toaster. So let's open this up and check it out. The grilled cheese toaster comes with the toaster itself, 2 grilled cheese baskets that you place in the toaster slots, and a fairly detailed owner's manual. Be sure to remove this label before use. It just lets you know that there may be some smoking the first time you use it. And on the front of the toaster, there's 3 buttons, which is cancel, preheat, and defrost, your doneness setting, and of course the lever to start the toaster. I've learned my lesson about the shredded cheese, and I will not be trying it in the grilled cheese toaster. For these 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, again, I'm going to be using pepper jack cheese, and I'll also be using some sliced cheddar, 2 slices each. The slots on the grilled cheese toaster don't really look very wide. They look about the size of a regular toaster, so I don't want to put too much cheese into the sandwiches and not have them fit. The preheat didn't light up, and I was wondering why. When I pressed it, it doesn't do anything. You actually have to slide the button down, and then your preheat will work. While that's heating up, I'll go ahead and build my sandwiches. All right, here we go. Push that down, and it's a little bit of a tight fit, but not too bad. Oh, and if you're wondering where all the melted cheese is going to go when it melts out of the sandwiches, there is a drip tray right back here to catch everything. You can see it's already got some crumbs from the bread in there. Okay, I guess they're ready. It didn't quite pop up all the way. Let's check that out. Oh, they're definitely not done yet. So setting it on 4 is not quite going to work. I'm sorry, it's actually 4.5. So I'm going to leave it on 4.5 again and see what they look like when they're done. Alright, the cheese is definitely more melted now. Let's check it out. Got a pretty nice toasted bread. You're supposed to leave these to sit for just, I think it said 30 seconds, but really want to show these. Alright, this one definitely got a little toastier than what I would like. But let's see what they look like on the inside. They're definitely melted together pretty well. Seems to be melted all the way through also. So I'm pretty happy with these, except for the fact that they're toasted a little bit more than what I would like. The toaster just got done preheating, and this time I set it to number 6. And I've got 2 more sandwiches made, exactly like the last 2. One with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, and one with 2 slices of pepper jack. Alright, let's see what they look like. This side is definitely more done than this side. Although it's pretty well toasted, it's just not dark. A little bit of burnage right here. It's not really a big deal to me. And pretty well toasted. Not exactly uniform, but again, you know, that's just not something that I care too much about. As long as it's pretty well close to done on both sides, I'm good with it. Cheese melted all the way through on that one. This one, it didn't really quite melt all the way. I'm sure the pepper jack has a lower melting temperature than the cheddar does. I mean, this would be okay. It's not really exactly where I want it. So I'm going to put this one in for, I don't know, maybe just a minute or so. And I'll put the setting down to number 2. Alright, that was about, I don't know, about a minute or so. A little toastier on each side. Be careful with these wire racks. They're very hot. I think that did the trick. Just about another minute in there got it very melted. I do like the little grilled cheese toaster. The grilled cheeses that it made, they look good, and actually I dug into one of them already while I was waiting for these to cook, and they taste fine. It is something that I would use because it's fairly easy to use. The kids can use it. It doesn't take up a lot of room. It'll store right on the side of your regular toaster. And the grilled cheeses are plenty good enough. Are they perfect? Probably not perfect, but very good. The only real disadvantage that I can think of so far is with the grilled cheese toaster, you don't get the same kind of bread as if you make a grilled cheese in a pan or even in the sandwich maker. That's more of a softer, butterier bread. As opposed to the grilled cheese toaster, you get more of a toasted bread. So really, I think it just depends on how you want your bread. The biggest concern that I really have is cleaning the inside, getting the melted cheese off. It may not be that big of a deal, but it's still a little hot for me to try to clean that off. So after testing out each of these grilled cheese gadgets, I wanted to give you my final opinion on each one of them. The toaster bags worked well, although they did allow more of the cheese to run to the bottom of the sandwich. The grilled cheese griller, it did do what it was supposed to do, but it is going to be a little more of a hassle unless you already have the grill fired up. And you do need to make sure that your grill is heated evenly for it to work properly. The sandwich maker did a pretty good job, although it doesn't get the bread quite as toasty as I would like. And for the grilled cheese toaster, you just need to be sure your settings are set properly. In the end, both me and my wife had slightly different opinions on which of the gadgets worked better. She preferred the grilled cheese sandwiches that were made in the toaster bags. It didn't bother her that there was a little more cheese on the bottom of the sandwich. She said they simply tasted better. I actually preferred the grilled cheese toaster because it actually toasted the bread while melting the cheese. But the hungry 17-year-old we have, he had no preference. If it's a grilled cheese, he wants to eat it no matter how it's made. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and also consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.